Hi, it's Shelley. Welcome back to my channel. What are we doing today? This video is part 3 of a 3-part series in planning and booking your dream vacation. So in this video, we're going to look at booking your ground transportation, what to do on flight day, going up to the airport the night before, those kinds of things, the practical things to get you where you're going for your dream vacation. Stay tuned to the end of this video for an appearance of a very special guest. In the meantime, come on, planning and booking your dream vacation? It's what we're doing today. Okay, we're almost there. The excitement's starting to build. You've got your flights, you've got your accommodation, you know what you're going to do, and some of the things that you're going to do when you get there. The next thing you're going to need to do is figure out your ground transportation to and from the airports. When you're leaving, when you're arriving, both. You need to arrange your ground transportation. Now for us, we're about 2 hours out from our airport. We have to go to Toronto, which is a big city, and so what we do is we just jump on the train. Our local train via takes us to Toronto to Union Station. From there we can jump on the UP, takes us from the Union right up to Pearson. We don't have to worry about driving in the city. We don't have to worry about parking, and honestly, the cost is not prohibitive at all for the train. The way we look at it, as soon as we leave the house, we get in the train, our vacation is started. So it just gives you a little bit more chance. It's more relaxing. But again, that's up to you. And it also depends on your proximity to your airport. That again is very customizable. It's whatever works for you. If you have an early flight, a very early flight, it's probably not a bad idea, especially if you're traveling in the winter, to go up to your airport city the night before. We always do that. We catch the train in the afternoon, the day before our flight. We take the UP up. We get to our overnight accommodation, wherever we're staying. We can just relax. We got bread to eat, and then we go to bed in good time, and then we're up and ready and fresh in the morning to catch our flights. If you have to go up the night before, there's a few different options you can do. You can book an Airbnb that's close to the airport and just stay there, grab a cab, and you're at the airport. Easy peasy. You can book a hotel that's close to the airport. A lot of hotels have shuttle services, so they run every half an hour or so. So you can just get there, you park your car. Some of them include parking, some of them charge for parking. But again, if you're driving, you're going to have to pay to park no matter where you go. So you can either park at the hotel or do a park and fly, whatever. Either way, there's a shuttle to your airport. And if you're not into that, or if you have a lot of luggage to deal with, you might want to just grab a cab. If you're at an airport hotel, it's usually not that far. It's going to cost you because it's near an airport. It's typically more expensive to begin with. Or there's the third option, which is what we do. Our airport, we're very lucky. They have a couple of options for hotels right at the airport. We take our train, we take the UP up to the airport, we check into the hotel that's right at the airport, and then in the morning it's time to get ready. We walk out the door. We don't have to deal with our luggage in and out of another vehicle. You just go, you're at the airport, you're already there. It's awesome. It's a game changer. We discovered that the last few trips, and honestly, it's a little bit more money, to be honest with you. It's not cheap, but it is so worth the hassle. When you come back your way home, then you can do it at the other end. So when you walk off the plane, you don't have to go and stand and wait for a shuttle, and you don't have to wait for accommodation. You can just leave, go straight to your hotel, check in, and then relax. And because you've had a travel day, and let's face it, we're tired on a travel day. So at the other end, it's really important at your destination to have your ground transportation booked in advance, because when you go in, you're tired, you've gone through customs, you've got your luggage, your resistance is down. Let me put it that way. And some of the people at that end are aware of that, so they can take advantage of you. Okay, so if you have everything booked in advance, you don't have to even think about any airport scams or anything like that. You just book it. You go outside to wherever they have arranged, because they will tell you where they're going to meet you. Whenever you book your ground transportation, they're going to tell you exactly where to meet them. Lots of times they'll just be standing out there with a sign in their hand with your name on it. So you can go ahead and you can book that all ahead. You will provide them with your address and directions to how to get to your Airbnb, and you're good to go. No, nothing is left to chance. One more thing, this is a good time to check your destination to confirm now what are the COVID requirements when you get to your destination. Do you need a negative COVID test to enter the country? If you do, the airline will know that, and you'll have to present that whenever you're checking in at your airline. So just make sure, because these things are changing. They're changing almost weekly. The closer you get to your time that you're leaving, make sure you keep on top of the research, the current what is required in your destination country. Okay, travel day is here. Everything has come together, and it's the day that you're going to travel either to your airport or the night before your accommodation. Now, I'm going to assume that you're going to the airport or staying somewhere near the airport the night before, especially in the wintertime, because you just never know. Just because I'm Canadian, we always have to plan around the weather, because we just never know what it's going to be like. We can get a foot of snow when I have to travel to, that's the day of my flight. We just find it better to go up the day before. It makes it more relaxed. The vacation is starting. So 24 hours before your flight, you can actually go online and you can check in with your airline. You can pick your seat and you can get your boarding pass, and all that will be downloaded to your phone. Again, throw that in the folder we talked about in the last section. If you're traveling with someone else that they have a copy of theirs on their phone and you have a copy of yours on your phone, do that 24 hours. And the reason is because there's more seats available. If you wait till you're actually checking in just 3 hours before your flights, a lot of people will have checked in online and there's not a lot of seats available. So it's nice to have the more choices as possible for your seat selection. In order to make things a little bit easier, I really suggest that try to just do carry-on. We've traveled with just carry-on. Rick has a backpack and I have a drag suitcase, but it's within the requirements for carry-on. And then we each have a personal item as well. Like I have a little bag, and then we have another little bag that Rick uses as his personal items. Or if you have a laptop, that's considered a personal item. So you're allowed to do all that stuff. But if there's any possible way to just do carry on, it makes your airport experience so much easier. Obviously, if you're going for a longer period of time, you may need to. And I mean, if you've booked an Airbnb that has a laundry facility, and you can do your laundry when you're there, so you don't need as much clothing. Just pack the stuff that you wear every day. Don't take that fancy dress that you pull out and look at once a year. You're not going to wear it. You're really honestly not going to wear it unless you have plans to do something specifically. But don't take more than you need. You really honestly, you wear the same things that you would wear at home in the summertime if you're going to a sun destination. So really be honest. As far as your hygienics, like your shampoos and that kind of thing, Airbnb hosts often will supply those, and you can find that out. Do you really even need to take that? It's something that you can also get down there fairly reasonably. Like if you're not going to an all-inclusive, you can go to a grocery store and pick up, same as you would do here, and pick up that stuff that you're going to need for your stay. Another alternative is to just use a little 100 milliliter bottles, pour what you need into that, and you can take that in your carry-on. Then you can take your shampoo, your body wash, all those sorts of things. You can get little travel size tubes of toothpaste, all of that stuff. And then honestly, if you don't have to check a bag, it makes your airport experience so much easier. You don't have to check in. You've already checked in. You've got your boarding pass. You can just go straight through security and straight to the gate, and you're there. Now, if you haven't checked in at the airport, then they will call your name. Don't worry. You can hear your name called, but it's nothing wrong. You just have to go up and show them your passport. They just have to confirm that you are who you are and who you say you are, and that you have your passport and so on. So it's great. And on the other end, when you get there, you don't have to stand in that baggage line waiting for them to offload the baggage off the plane. You can just go through customs, right out the door, get your ground transportation, and you're gone. It just saves so much time if you can do it. But again, this is your vacation. If you like to get dressed up fancy and all that sort of stuff, that's totally fine. Go ahead, check a bag. It's up to you. it's your vacation. I'm just saying what we do because we just find it so much quick and easier to just run through the airport, get there. On your flight day, make sure you get to your airport on time. I think now it's probably not a bad idea to get there a little bit earlier because of COVID. COVID has changed the way people travel. If it says to check in 2 hours, 3 hours ahead, do it because you never know what you're going to run into. So you're just better to make sure you give yourself lots of time. You're there. You have your flight. Enjoy your flight. Sit back, relax. You've got your luggage. You're through customs. You met your ground. Lots of time. So outside, there's a place to grab a beverage. Do it. Grab a beverage. You're on vacation. Have a good time. You've met your transportation. If you've booked a private transfer, a lot of times we will just say to the driver, do you mind just stopping so we can pick up a couple of things before we get to our destination? Because I don't know about you, but I like to have my coffee in the morning. So we will stop at a grocery store or at a convenience store or something. I grab a coffee, a package of coffee. We'll grab some ice, some drinks, some snacks, just things that'll get us through when we arrive at our Airbnb. It's just a little convenience. And then if we are planning on doing some cooking or things like that in the kitchen, then later on we'll go and do a little bit more grocery type shopping. But for just most drivers are completely accommodating, and they'll stop anywhere. They know where to stop, so it's great. And then they'll just wait for you. They'll stay with the van, stay with your stuff while you run in, grab what you want, and then you've got a little bit of something to get you started when you get there. You arrive at your Airbnb, you'll either meet your host or they may have somebody designated that's in country, because a lot of times people who own Airbnbs are from a different country. Like people from the States will own an Airbnb in Mexico, but they have a property manager or something like that that's down there, and they will look after it, do the maintenance, and they're your person on the ground to speak to if you have any issues or anything. Or sometimes there's just a lockbox and they'll give you the code for the lockbox. You let yourself in. There's usually information there about who to contact or what to do if you have an issue and all of that stuff. So relax, unwind, unpack, enjoy your planned vacation. Yay, you did it. You booked it, you planned it. It's exactly what you want to do. Now just sit back and enjoy the fruits of your efforts.
This is Penny, our little girl. She's going to come along with us on some of our adventures, but we just wanted to say hi. She's 8 years old, and we have a video about her so you can get to know her a little bit better. She loves playing, eating, and the doggy park. Click the link below for Penny's debut video.
Thanks for watching. This is the third and final video in our 3-part series of planning and booking your dream vacation. So be sure to catch the first two videos, and the links to those are in the description below. Also, any links that I've referred to will also be included in the description below. So don't be afraid, just take a look. If you found this video series helpful, please give me a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And also check out my other videos on this channel where we'll look at different destinations that we've checked out and some of the excursions that we've went on. Maybe they're going to be on your bucket list for your vacation. Thanks again for watching. Booking and planning your dream vacation, it's what we did today.